No matter where each of us stands on this planet that we call home, we all look up to the same place. That's why Virgin Galactic believes space belongs to everyone: the adventurous, the audacious, and the curious. They have ignited a cosmic fire, proving that space travel isn't just a fantasy anymore. The journey is more than a spaceflight, it's a lifelong experience. And they announced the completion of its 5th human space mission in 4 months. The successful flight of Galactic 04 proves they can do space trips regularly. Tune in with us because in this video, we will explore the cosmic feats of Virgin Galactic, where each successful flight is a step towards making space accessible to all. Michael Colglazier, Virgin Galactic's big boss, is over the moon. He gave a shout out to the teams in New Mexico and California, praising them for nailing their monthly spaceflight goals. Now let's shine a spotlight on the real stars, the astronauts of Galactic 04. They had Ron Rosano from the US, Trevor Beatty from the UK, and the incredible Namira Salim from Pakistan. Salim is the first person from Pakistan in space, and she brought back mind-blowing stories. Living in the United Arab Emirates and Monaco, she marked a historic moment for her homeland. The spaceflights involve a giant twin fuselage carrier aircraft with 2 pilots that take off from a runway at Spaceport in New Mexico. The spaceship named VSS Unity had Commander Kelly Latimer and co-pilot CJ Sturkow at the wheel. With them, they had Chief Astronaut Instructor Beth Moses on board. Their carrier aircraft, namely VMS Eve, was skillfully handled by Commander Nicola Pasil and pilot Jamil Janjua. Launching a rocket plane from midair might sound a bit fancy, but there's a method to the madness. Chuck Rogers, the Deputy Branch Chief at NASA's Armstrong Flight Research Center, explains that air launch has its perks. They have been experimenting with this technique since 1967. The mid-air launch is super efficient because the spacecraft can skip the heavy lower atmosphere struggle. This means less fuel is needed for launch. Plus, using a spaceplane lets it take off and land on a regular runway, saving us from building extra launch pad stuff. Galactic 04 took off at 9:28 a.m. MT, soared to 44,341 feet, reached a high of 54.3 miles, sped at Mach 2.95, and gracefully landed at 10:23 a.m. MT. There's a moment where gravity takes a little break, and the passengers feel weightless. They can do somersaults, float around, and peek out the window to see the Earth's curve. Now, that's what I call a thrilling adventure. The whole flight lasted just 1 hour. Now, let's take a trip down memory lane. Since 2000, wealthy adventurers have shelled out big bucks, like tens of millions, to hitch a ride to the International Space Station. Meanwhile, NASA has been nudging private companies to handle US launches of both cargo and astronauts to the ISS. Commercial cargo flights for NASA began in 2012, and commercial crew flights began in 2020. Now, Virgin Galactic's mission, on the other hand, is to turn space travel into a business for everyday people. They believe in giving everyone a chance to reach beyond our planet. And guess what? They're achieving it remarkably. But the road for Virgin Galactic hasn't been a smooth one. Back in 2007, an engine test for Spaceship Two ended tragically, causing an explosion that took the lives of 3 workers. The setbacks continued when the first version of the spaceplane, VSS Enterprise, broke apart mid-flight in October 2014, resulting in the loss of co-pilot Michael Asbury and injuries to pilot Peter Siebold. Despite the challenges, Virgin Galactic remained optimistic. They started offering seats to paying customers as far back as 2021, and the response was impressive. Over 700 people, including big names like Tom Hanks, Justin Bieber, and Lady Gaga, eagerly signed up for the cosmic adventure. Fast forward to 2023, and Virgin Galactic hit some major milestones. On May 25th, they proudly announced the successful completion of a test spaceflight, a crucial step towards their first commercial flight. However, it's essential to note that these initial flights are more of a proof of concept, and they aren't expected to make the company any money. In the third quarter, Virgin Galactic reported revenue of $1.7 million, but faced spaceflight expenses totaling $25.6 million. Clearly, this is not a sustainable financial model. The company aims to turn the tide in 2026 with the launch of the next-generation spacecraft, anticipating positive cash flow. Virgin Galactic competes in the space tourism sector with billionaire Jeff Bezos' company Blue Origin. With its vertical liftoff rocket, Blue Origin had already sent 31 people into space until an accident during an unmanned flight in September 2022. This accident led Blue Origin to a temporary grounding. Despite the setback, Blue Origin promised to resume spaceflight soon. Interestingly, Virgin Galactic made its mark by reaching the edge of space just 9 days before Jeff Bezos was set to fly on New Shepard, Blue Origin's suborbital rocket. What adds a dash of excitement to this rivalry is that both Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin founders took part in the inaugural missions of their respective companies. Space historian Jennifer Levasseur, a curator at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum, found this fact to be quite stunning. She notes, "It's obviously investing an incredible amount of faith in what you've put together, the people and the technology, and there's that inherent sense of adventure in each of them that makes the risk worth it." Despite their cosmic ambitions, both Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin have faced criticism, being labeled as vanity projects that only cater to the ultra-wealthy. Virgin Galactic initially priced tickets at $250,000, but has since announced an increase. On the other hand, Blue Origin hasn't started selling seats on New Shepard or disclosed ticket prices. However, a June auction sold a single seat on the upcoming flight for $28 million. The space race continues, combining technology, adventure, and undoubtedly, a touch of luxury. Colglazier emphasized how crucial these early missions are, especially with their trusty ship, VSS Unity. Beyond providing astronauts with mind-blowing experiences, these missions have been vital in shaping the design and maintenance blueprints for Virgin Galactic's upcoming Delta-class spaceships. Looking forward, they're gearing up to kick off production for these high-tech spacecrafts in the later part of the fourth quarter. Now, let's talk about the big picture. Virgin Galactic has some major plans for the next 2 years, with January 2026 being the pivotal date. It might sound distant, but the company is well aware of the challenges on the horizon, prompting them to make adjustments to their current spaceflight schedule. Post the success of Galactic 04, Virgin Galactic is gearing up for the next adventure, Galactic 05. Their press release spills the beans on their future plans, hinting at more space trips and the development of new spaceships. However, they're not oblivious to the risks involved, keeping a watchful eye on the unfolding journey. In theory, as space flights become more common, ticket prices might drop. However, for now, this new industry is mainly catering to the super rich, their friends, and sponsored researchers. The big question is whether these billionaire-backed spaceflight companies can truly make space adventures accessible to everyone, or if these suborbital joyrides will remain an extravagant luxury. The future of private trips to the edge of space also hangs on how safe these vehicles turn out to be. According to current US law, federal officials have limited authority to regulate passenger safety in commercial spaceflight until 2023. As Forchik puts it, no one is expecting a risk-free environment. Fatal accidents might be part of the journey, and we need to be ready for that. To wrap it up, from daring launches and groundbreaking achievements to the promise of democratizing space, we've explored the cosmos with the pioneers of our time. Dear viewers, what are your thoughts on the future of commercial space travel? Do you see it becoming a reality for everyone, or will it remain an exclusive adventure for the elite? Share your insights with us.